You don't know it yet, but I am your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. This Capricorn moon, that's what this video is about. It's not going to play with us, all right? Capricorn is very serious energy. We are talking about some leadership. We're talking about emotional accountability because we are talking about the moon, and some ancestry energy. And you're probably like, what? We'll get into that because that energy is coming in strong with this. I'll break down the astrology. I'm going to break down the degrees. If you don't know what that's about, we'll talk about that. I'm also pulling tarot. We'll talk about some ritual practices and horoscopes as well. So stick around and get ready to be aligned with the stars and especially this full moon. And let's go.
3, 2, 1.
I love you.
I forgot to share my screen. Actually, let me add my screen here, which is so you can see the astrology. And I'm new to this platform that I'm using, so bear with me. But we got it. Oh, we got the new moon here. Always looking into the future. Okay. Now we have the full moon. Okay. So first of all, let me just say, let me explain what a full moon, and actually this full moon is going to happen in the sign Capricorn. If you didn't know, it's going to happen at 1:36 p.m. I'm in LA, so California time. All right. And full moons bring revelations. And this one is asking us to boss up emotionally and spiritually and practically. But if you don't know anything about astrology, let me just tell you what a full moon is overall, okay? First of all, whenever we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the axis here, which will show here. If you see here is the sun, that little circle on a dot, and here is the moon. They are on complete opposite signs here, okay? So that is what you have anytime you have a full moon. And anytime you have a full moon, the energy, the feeling, it represents a culmination. It also represents clarity because you see the moon, it's so bright. It's a peak of the lunar cycle. The moon is fully illuminated by the sun. So that means there's some reveals, there's some aha moments. It brings emotional clarity and spotlighting results or seeds planted from the new moon, which was 2 weeks earlier. Okay. And I'm going to go in detail on that in my community. We have a full video on that coming after I film this. And then we'll also talk about the new moon in Leo in my exclusive community. Okay. Also, two full moons are about releasing and letting go, releasing what no longer serves you, forgiving, especially habits, people, and mindsets that block your growth. It's time to clear your space emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Also, there's heightened emotions because you have the sun and the moon and they're opposing each other. So during this full moon, you may be feeling some more intense feelings. Capricorn is not really the feeling person. Okay, so they don't like to really feel things, but anytime there's a full moon, there's raw emotions and it's illuminated, and you're paying attention to things that are very stirred up. Also, too, it's illuminating opposites. So you have the sun that represents masculine energy, you have the moon that represents feminine energy, you have the sun that represents the father, the moon that represents the mother, the sun that represents the consciousness, the moon that represents the subconscious. Okay, so you have the opposite energy, also the opposite zodiac sign. So the Cancer representing the home, your emotions, and the ruler of Cancer is the moon. And the ruler's over there acting like he don't know nobody. He don't know nobody. Like, like Cancer who? And Cancer's in Capricorn acting cold and well, I don't want to get too negative with that, but it's cold and a more serious kind of tone and all about business, not about the home. Okay. So this shows a pull between emotional security, Cancer, and ambitious responsibility, Capricorn. Okay. Now, all full moons, they show everything. If you're born on a full moon, you're probably enlightened. Are there some discord between your mom and your father? There's no more shadows. There's no more doubts. Things kind of fall into clarity, even if you don't want it to. Emotionally, it's forced there, okay? This is a time to rely on the collective strength of others to help you achieve what you've been working for. and to have it very clear. And we'll get into that Leo new moon in my private community. My private community, the link is down below. It's $4.99 a month. I have a lot of tea in that community. This is not a fake promise. This is a real tea. A lot of great things are in there. I talk about good timing. When's a good timing to do stuff in during July. I also have a survival kit for cancer season, survival kit for anything retrograding. Okay. Yeah, a lot of ebooks on there if you want to learn how to read your own chart. Any ebooks that I sell, they're for free in my thing. In my community, I also have a book on relationships. Ebook on relationships, your big three, how to explain your big three. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff on there. Okay, so now let's talk about this full moon in Capricorn and the themes dealing with this full moon in Capricorn. Okay, and yeah, let's bring the chart back up here. And think legacy anytime you think of full moon in Capricorn, leadership, a reality check. This full moon is about checking your goals long term. It's about emotional maturity. Okay. Now, this is full moon. Anytime you have a full moon in July, it's called the thunder moon, the hay moon, the stag moon, the grass moon. It signifies growth with everything is luscious and celebrates your harvest of the year. And now you are to see your goals emotionally. Okay. It's very important to stop everything for a moment and to honor your success and to look back at what you achieve and celebrate it during this full moon. Anytime there's a full moon or a new moon, a eclipse, it's a time to rest. It's not a time to do, it's a time to sit back and rest. Okay. Now, some core themes for any Capricorn full moon is discipline and responsibility, leadership and wisdom, work ethic and structure, selfishness versus duty. Okay. Shift from your focus of the self to commitment for a greater good. You're talking about emotional maturity as well. The Capricorn full moon is the feminine energy. Is the moon is in charge here. That's feminine energy. Earth signs are feminine energy, and it's all about fruitfulness, which I was talking about the hay moon, the stag moon. It's all about fruitfulness because Cancer and Capricorn, they're polar opposites, and the moon energy is stopped here and it's weakened because it's in full opposite, and it wants us to take time and to focus on what have we earned emotionally. This energy encouraged the need for structure, discipline, and organization. Is a good time to be aware of your goals. Anytime you're dealing with any Capricorn energy, karma is also Capricorn. Okay, what you reap, so you will sow, and this could be coming back very emotionally for all of us, or something with our family in our home. It's about your family business. It could be possible, or taking care of details. Yeah, there's patience, business. All of this is involved with this Capricorn moon, new moon. You should avoid seeking favors from those of authority because you are talking about insensitive energy during this full moon. So if you're like, oh, let me call Mr. So and so who owns the so and so store down the street, ask him if he could do a favor. Not during the full moon, not the Capricorn full moon. He's insensitive. Okay. This full moon also is called the grandmother moon. Okay. It's known as a grandmother because you're talking about traditions, you're talking about matriarchy, you're talking about the elder, you're talking about wisdom, you're talking about ancestral presence, you're talking about emotional legacy. Yeah, so it's the scolder, it's the respect my wisdom, is deeply connected to family, tradition, and the well being of your people, who you are connected to, who you are related to, because that sun on the opposite side is related to family. And has a link to it in a strong way. Okay. Capricorn's ruler is Saturn. And let's see what Saturn's doing. Okay. Who's in charge of the full moon here? Saturn is sitting there in a sign Aries, is conjunct Neptune. And Aries is a fiery sign. It wants to be first, it wants to be very impulsive. And it's sitting next to Neptune. And Neptune is all about lost in the sauce on one side. So being lost and confused, that's one element. And while thinking of the self. Okay, so that's one part that could be affecting the emotions of Capricorn. Also, this Saturn sitting next to Neptune is also could be compassion and one. Everyone having oneness and love, and there's compassion, and you're also sacrificing yourself, which is Aries, is about yourself as well. Okay, now Capricorn is Saturn is the ruler, and Saturn is about time, structure, karma, legacy, and old age. So you're talking about your elders, you're talking about your mentors, even adoptive family. Okay, it doesn't have to be who raised you is where you were had safety or ancestry. Okay, spiritual ancestors are also involved with this and are giving you a valuable lesson. Now, if you're doing any rituals for this, vetiver oil, okay, really helps during this full moon. So if you're stressed out, if you're emotionally going through some stuff, use that oil. It grounds fear. It helps with tension, and it also helps with anything where you feel like you're overly responsible. It adds relaxation. Okay, and it helps you stop and rest. It's really good for sleeping too. Calms the overthinking mind and reconnects you to the earth and the body. Also, elderberry is really good. It's a purple berry, and it's associated with Saturn as well. Now, again, we have the full moon. We have a new moon in Leo coming up, and it's connected to this full moon. Also, the past full moon, which was in Cancer, dealing with again heritage, mom, past, family. So that's why you have this link here. What happened there is probably closing up, not closing up, but causing some stirring up here. Okay. Now, some other full moon rituals you can have. Um, and we, if you're scared of rituals, you can say, not rituals, you can say practices or strategies you can use to help better you with this full moon in um, Capricorn. And these aren't just rituals. I'm giving you grounded Capricorn style practices to honor your inner elder, to honor your inner wisdom, to rest and reset your emotional foundation. Very Capricorn energy, okay? So you could do anything dealing with ancestry or dealing with the past, and you can emotionally connect with that. Some people can build an altar. Some people can look up their history. Oh, I realize my mic is like turned this way, so I hope you're really hearing me. You could light a candle, and you can offer something simple like water, bread, or tea in honor who came before you, or reflect on the values that help shape or discipline your purpose. Or you can talk to your mom or someone who knows your past and do a little research. You're not doing much work, but you're just helping back up some information that you may need to help you emotionally be stable. You can do a legacy letter, okay? You can reflect on what your legacy is here to build. Write a letter about your future to your future self 10 years from now, and focus on your long-term goals, focus on your values, focus on what impacts you. Seal it and read it 10 years from now, okay? You can clean something with intention. Do all these rituals or purposes or strategies before the full moon, okay? Because then they'll help at the full moon. You're rested, you're calm, okay? You can choose to clean a desk, you can clean your office, you can clean anything that represents helping you with your goals and long-term activity. Capricorn loves order, loves clean, clear energy, and it likes to help activate the discipline, okay? Now, you can do something that helps you with protection and boundaries, okay? Something that strengthens some emotional boundaries as well and protect your energy. Capricorn loves boundaries. So, you can use a crystal. Usually they're black, like an onyx crystal or a tourmaline crystal. That helps for protection. Or you can write down things or research things that helps create some energy of boundaries, appropriate boundaries to help you strengthen your emotional self. Okay. Also to Saturn energy. Saturn to me represents the devil and the goat, the greatest of all time, the Baphomet, if you know. So a lot of celebrities and demonic people do worship Saturn. So I'm not here to say worship Saturn, but you can practice some things that Saturn is great for, okay? You can practice stillness. You can practice being serious, being responsible, working on your karma, providing structure, reaping what you sow. All of that you can practice with this. Also, to career is really good. So writing your career goals down before the Capricorn new moon. So do it on the 9th, or do it in that morning. Okay. Yeah, you can write like an affirmation like, I climb steadily toward my purpose rooted in legacy. That is very Capricorn energy. Okay. I climb steadily toward my purpose rooted in legacy. Now let's talk about the degrees here. The degrees in this full moon, let me bring it back up here. The degrees here is 18 degrees. If you see 18 degrees in Capricorn, And why is degrees important when it comes to the Capricorn full moon? We're going to talk about the Sabian symbol, and you're going to see that there is something unexpected with this Capricorn energy, but there's something that is connected with the degrees, okay? And this helps us understand further how is this full moon in Capricorn different from others, okay? So it's at 18 degrees. 18 degree is a Virgo degree, and Virgo degree is about cleansing, diminishing, making something smaller, improvement. It's also about your health. It could be about work, your routine, your coworkers, pets, being of service. And when you have this Capricorn full moon with that Virgo undertone, then you're talking about refinement, you're talking about service, you're talking about practical mastery, okay? Improving what's already built. One, rethinking responsibilities. Two, grounding your ambition in daily reality and in your routine. For example, if you want to work out and you're like, oh my gosh, I got a scary call about my health, and I'm very negative, I'm pessimistic. That is that Capricorn full moon energy. Well, this is a time to ground your ambitions, and what could you do daily to help you in your routines? That's that Virgo undertone to make this even better as far as your health. Okay, releasing perfectionism while remaining committed. For example, if you're talking about work and you're someone who does what I'm doing, like you're on film and you're streaming every day, try not to make everything perfect. The background may be a mess, or your camera may not be as clear, or the internet is going in and out. Your streaming service may not be working. Whatever. Try not to be too perfect, and stay committed. You say you're going to film every day for 30 days, do every day for 30 days. Now let's talk about the Sabian symbol. You round up because you see it's 18 degrees and a little bit of chump change. So we go up to 19 degrees, and we look up 19 degrees in the Sabian symbol. I'm like, it's the book. The book is in my bookshelf. And the Sabian symbol is a child is about 5 with a huge shopping bag, and the key word is expectation. Okay, so we got two forms of theology with degrees here with astrology. So I told you it's 18 degrees. That's a Virgo degree. Now I'm reading the Sabian symbol. Okay, and it's a child about 5 with a huge shopping bag, and this is about expectation. This is about a willingness to have responsibility and to be optimistic and think you can do it all, but it's with your own expertise. Sometimes it's also like, you're thinking too big. So, on the positive side, this symbol represents strong sense of responsibility, remarkable courage, a sincere desire to help. That's also what that Virgo connection is, a service to others. Okay. Now, and the negative is you're biting off too much you can chew, or there's a tendency to be a copycat. Okay, so risk against taking on more than you can handle safely. Don't overestimate your abilities and disappoint yourself and others by falling short of what you promised to achieve. Now, let's talk about the aspects since we have this here. Okay, the aspects are what's going on, the vibe in the sky, and how is it affecting this full moon. Okay, the full moon is a rare cosmic conversation, and it's got a rare cosmic conversation with Mars, which is in the sign Virgo. It's also having some conversations with the nodes because it's sitting here next to Mars as well. Also, Vulcan, it's got some conversations with that because that's sitting close to the sun. We're going to break it down and say what everything means, okay? I want you to understand first we have a wide trine with Mars and Virgo, and then we have a trine with the South Node, okay? So the wide trine meaning is slowly there, but maybe not as strong, okay? So we could be feeling motivated, and there could be some real results, especially in the sign of Virgo and that earth energy, and there's precision and there's productivity, okay? And we could be burnt out a little bit, but it's very positive. It's trying. So I'm saying whatever it is you're trying to achieve, the work and the details and being of service is going to really work out for this full moon. Also, it's trining that South Node here. And that South Node in Virgo is all about emotional release of anything that's dealing with old routines, being perfect in an old routine. Like I was saying, like if you're a streamer and you want everything perfect, you're releasing that, okay? It's a good time to simplifying some systems, decluttering some emotional or physical energy, and also honoring ancestral work habits or service roles. Remember, this is a grandmother moon. Remember, we're dealing with ancestry and family as well. This makes me think also to that South Node in Virgo is releasing not just things of perfect, but also things of like always sacrificing yourself. So let's see how that affects you or the collective of the new moon. Now, it's also whenever something trines the South Node, then it's sextile the North Node, and that's in Pisces. And this is work that you have to put action into. It's positive, but it's action. It will be positive if you put the work inside of it. Okay. So the Pisces energy is talking about dreams and soul connection. It's aligned. Okay. And then you have the logic with Capricorn, and you have the intuition with Pisces. So there's healing and forgiveness as key themes. It's like trust the softness. Okay. Be more strategic with your decisions while using your intuition. Okay. Very spiritual growth energy, very emotional flow energy, very surrendering to rigid expectations energy. Okay. Now, that Capricorn is very serious, but that Pisces is all about love. And that together, you can add some elements here to help you release that energy of work and sacrificing here. Okay. Now, it's sextile these two energies here. Posodian, if I'm not saying it right, and Juno. Okay. Where's Juno? Yes, Juno is up. Sorry. Over here. Yes, Juno. These are both asteroids. Usually they're in a different form of astrology. I don't use them as much. I mean, Juno, I do. But Poisson, if I'm not saying it right, that is about spiritual awareness. That's about clarity. This is also about idealism. It's about clairvoyance. It's about psychic sensitivity. It's about mass messaging and higher mind, right? And then you have Juno sitting close to it, and this is all about, it's an asteroid that deals with partnership, marriage, loyalty, and power dynamics, right? It's about commitment. It's about balancing power within a partnership. On the negative side, could be dealing with some jealousy, but this is positive. So with both of these things, you're talking about your psychic sensitivity and more intuitive energy, especially in Scorpio there, and some power dynamics within a relationship. So Juno is commitment, it's power dynamics in a relationship. And then you have Poison done. I hope I'm saying the word right. It's about spiritual truth and higher clarity. And with this, you are dealing with your partnerships. You're dealing with being spiritually aligned with a partner or whoever you're committed to, or whatever the commitment is really a partner. Okay. And this person can really help you, and especially when it comes to your intuition. And water sign is very emotional and spiritual, and it doesn't have to be make sense for you to feel what the truth is. Okay. So this is intuitive check-ins around loyalty, around shared resources, especially in that sign Scorpio, and sacred bonds. Okay. Things that are very taboo might be helping you emotionally with these long-term goals here, or something with your family and your roots and your ancestry. Okay. And remember, you have the details, and releasing things and letting them go. Now it's squaring this asteroid here, and this is Ceres, and this is a dwarf planet, and it's about nurturing, caregiving, food, nourishment. This one I was reading in a chart when we were doing the inauguration, and resources were a big part, and food was a big part. Also, too, it was in the chart when doing COVID too. But also, too, there's grief and loss. Also dealing with the parenting, especially when it comes to mother-child dynamic, cycles of separation and reunions, self-care, being sustainable. Yeah, so you have this, and now it's clashing with your emotions. Are you being pessimistic? Are you being negative here? Issues with caretaking, issues with food, issues with resources, your body image, or some autonomy. It's coming to surface. Okay. Emotional needs may clash with the desire to do things on your own. I would suggest having some self nourishment without guilt, and also to not thinking in lack, because this energy really, Capricorn energy, loves to be negative, loves to be pessimistic. Okay. Now, also, too, what's opposing this and sitting next to the sun? The sun is highlighting this inner strength, this Vulcan. And again, Vulcan is like unseen power, and now it's being seen. So there's something that's being seen, and is dealing something of your past, your ancestry, or your mom, or where you will feel safe. Okay. Safe. Now, this is also dealing with hidden energy, resilience, transformation through pressure, ability to work behind scenes, and it influences the outcome. And now the sun is bringing us to light. This could be some ancestral trauma as well. So watch out for that. It could be bubbling up emotionally, and now it's like, oh my gosh, it's not an explosion, but it's coming to light. Unconscious patterns around power, emotional labor in the home, or your family, something from your past. There's transformation, or there's some hidden power there, and that's coming to light. Okay. So if we put this all together, Okay. The full moon, first of all, is a rite of passage. It reflects your pressure to grow. It's about, especially this full moon, about working your family, your soul obligation. That Virgo energy wants you to move slow, wants you to be careful, wants you to add some improvements to your life and release some of that, right? And then the Sabian symbol is saying, what are you carrying? Who are you giving it up for? Who are you taking care of? Are you doing too much? Are you overcommitted, right? There could be a releasing of some outdated systems here because there's something that's just naturally going to help you release something with that South Node in Virgo. And then a spiritual alignment is also involved here if you choose to use that intuitive energy. What am I trying to prove and whom? Where can I do less, but where should I put more intentional energy in? This is illumination of high expectations, inherited burdens, a quiet unraveling of responsibilities who we thought we were supposed to put on. It's almost like my grandmother did this, my mom did this, now I have to do this, or my father did this, my great grandfather did this, or my uncle did this, now I have to carry the weight. You may feel compelled to prove worth by doing it all, but this is an opportunity to edit, especially when you have that Virgo energy, okay? Edit whatever is not working for you, okay? Not everything needs to be planned or perfect. And then that's what you have with that sextile Pisces energy too. And it's sextiling these little dwarf energies here. There's some ancestral soul deep partnerships that are activated. And there is some weight that you are carrying. And this energy is going to help you transform it and release it in the name of partnership and love. Now, again, we have this issue over here. It's squaring this one. It's squaring Ceres in Aries. So we are challenged to nourish ourselves while stepping into some bold independence. The mother in us wants to feel protected. It wants to be fed. It wants to provide. But the Aries in us is saying, how can we let go? How can we be in charge of ourselves? What do we need to do to care about ourselves? So you have this torn energy. Who do you care for out of obligation? Who fuels you in return? Who's filling your love cup? Which is Housewives of Orange County quote. So you have that energy. Let me see. Also, to the opposition here. Again, this is legacy. This is emotional history. There is a transformation. There is some hidden family values and it's coming to light. Something is going to come to light about your past that is very powerful. Okay, so let me see what else I have here. Capricorn builds empires, but Virgo maintains their integrity. What legacy are you building, and is it truly yours? Are you taking over too many responsibilities? From overburdened striving and intentional stewardship, from being a martyrdom and sacrificing to being a master, from being a child with this full bag with that Sabian symbol to an elder who really knows exactly what to carry. Like that's too much. We're not going to carry that. We're going to put some of this stuff down. That is the perfect closing this up. Okay. Now, who is this full moon going to affect the most? Okay. Without even looking at the horoscopes, it's going to work really great. This full moon with all of my earth signs. So Virgos, if you have any Virgo placements around 18 degrees, or if you have any Taurus placements around 18 degrees, you're going to be feeling quite positive. Now, my Cancers, this is opposing your placements here. So Cancer placements, something emotionally or something with your mom or your past, and it's very serious. So kind of like an old man, a father figure. There's an concerns here, and it's just opposing you emotionally. The moon moves fast. Okay. Also too, going to affect all my Capricorns. Of course, this is sitting. If it's sitting on a personal planet of yours, going to be affecting you as well. Let me see what else did I say. Not going to work very well with all of my cardinal signs. So that's my Libras. Those are my Aries, and those are again my Cancers. Okay, so yeah, we have that. Now I pulled a tarot card here, and it is the Knight of Cups. Can you see that? Actually. There we go. It is the Knight of Cups here. And the Knight of Cups shows up with big feelings, but could it be real love? Is it fantasy? Okay. Let's see what this emotional invitation is, because Capricorn energy is not really emotional. But we have the Nine of Cups, so it makes me think that we have some heavy emotions here. Or there's something about relationships, which we have here, that's going to be really big coming forward. Okay, so yeah, so where have our emotions been exaggerated, or maybe it's romanticized? Because you see that the ruler of Capricorn is sitting next to this romantic planet. So maybe we're over romanticizing something, and our emotions are going to heavily involve. Can you bring heart to your responsibility without losing yourself in the fantasy? The Knight of Cups also represents what is going to be revealed. There could be a message, there could be a water sign coming up to you, and they're going to really help you with this full moon, or cause some story, some drama with this full moon. Okay. Yeah. So let this card soften that Capricorn energy, though. It is very feminine, but then it likes to be hard. And the Knight of Cups is about emotional sensitivity. The Knight of Cups is about an invitation to love, an invitation to spirituality, an invitation to your intuition, emotional rescue. You could be exaggerating some feelings as well, but there's a lot of imagination, love, and abundance, and you feel like an armor towards it, like protective over your feelings. That's the perfect way of seeing it. Okay, so now let's get into our Capricorns, our horoscopes here, and I am new to this. Okay, so let me pull up some banners here. Oh, we got it. And I just want you to know that every sign has a house that's being lit up. Okay, so if you're like, oh, she said that she didn't say my sign, so I'm good. No, you want to find out what's shifting in your life under this grandmother of a moon. Okay, and we're going to get into it now. I do advise you to check your sun, your moon, especially your moon, and your rising sign. The sun is going to show what you're trying to achieve. The moon, we're dealing with emotions here, so check your moon sign, and then the rising sign is going to be a little bit more accurate to who you are. Now, when you put all three together, it's going to make you have your individual reading. Okay, so here we have all of the signs here. Go ahead and read your sign. As I am doing this, I'm going to pull tarot for each one. Okay. For the Aries, we have the Six of Swords. This full moon in Capricorn is going to give you a transition. You need to pack light, and the emotions will be calm for you. Okay. Even though you're a cardinal sign, but there is a transition happening for you. Okay. Also, Taurus, this is going to be, let's see what card we have here. We have the Two of Wands. Okay, so this is the world is at your fingertips. You are preparing here. This full moon is about strategy. It's about being strategic. It's about the details and planning something for whatever it is you have going on. Also, Geminis. Let's see what card we have here. We have the High Priestess. This is all about the intuition. This is all about your subconscious. This is all about the spiritual truth and connecting with that. Okay, so all of you guys need to focus on that. Don't focus on anything else. Anything else they're saying, let it go. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yes, so Cancers. I'm hoping I see Cancers here. Yes, okay. Now, for my Cancers, ooh, we have the Strength card. This is infinite possibilities. Try not to be too harsh judgment on others. But also, this is the card of Leo. It's about shining. The sun is going to be the focus for you, about fertility and bringing something new to the table. Success, positivity, optimism, being confident, being courageous. All those themes are for you. It makes sense. The sun is in your house, so yeah, very a lot of infinite possibilities with this new moon, with this clarity. You will have some clarity for sure. All right, Cancers. Now, Leos, for you guys, we have the Seven of Swords. This is a card of infidelity, cheating, stealing. It's like you can't trust anyone, and it's something with wordplay. Now we have Leos. This is happening in, let me look at the chart real quick. Hold on. I can't see. Oh, here I can. Okay, let me see. This is happening in health for you. Okay. All right. So there's something here with health for you, or something dealing with work, or something dealing with service. I'm thinking this could be something with coworkers. It's that Virgo element. And Yeah, there is something shady happening there. And the Mars is there of aggression, and also the South Node. There's a releasing of some habits, some coworkers, some details here for you. And the reason you're going to release it is because there's some deception, there's some sneakery, there's some thievery happening for you. All right. Yes, Capricorn full moon, it will pass. All right. And we'll see how this connects later on with this new moon. Now, you had a new moon already in Cancer. How did that work out for you? Yeah. Check out the group chat. I heard sound up here, and we'll look into that a little bit further. Okay. Virgos. For you, we have it happening in the fifth house, this full moon. And we have the devil card. The devil card represents Saturn. There is some long-term goals here. It also represents trying to be the greatest of all time. You got to release it. Okay. You have the South Node in your first house. You have Mars in there. There's some aggression. Again, some fire energy. You feel imprisoned for trying to be perfect. And this is a lesson of releasing and letting go. All right. Now, for all my Libras, actually, let's put, still trying to work this out here. Okay. Good. Good. It worked out. For all of my Libras, we have, oh, this is happening in your fourth house. This full moon is going to enlighten you. There's going to be some clarity. We have the Ace of Wands. God is giving you some fire to really start focusing on something here, focusing on emotions or focusing on your family. But there's fire, there's drive, there's passion. It's very positive. Okay. Now, all of my Scorpios, this full moon in Capricorn is really about reaping what you sow. Okay. This is the Seven of Pentacles. What you put in, the karma will come out. This is all about karma for you, okay? And this is going to be karma either dealing with your siblings, your peers, or what you say out of your mouth, okay? And there's going to be some weight in the way you are thinking, all right? Sagittarius, this is happening in your second house of your self-worth. We have the Knight of Wands. You're going to be feeling more confident with this Capricorn full moon. The emotions are going to make you be thinking long-term energy, details, but it's also going to give you something for its finances for sure. It's very earth element, but you have some spark, you have some fire, you have some passion, or some creativity in that department with that Knight of Wands, okay? Now, let's see what we have for all of hold up. Let's put me here. I wonder what that was. That's confusing me. Okay, so Capricorns, we have for you, this full moon is happening in the first house for you, of course, right? We have the Page of Cups here. There's some curiosity in love or curiosity with your intuition and spirituality. It's going to start you to bring you onto the journey of love, compassion, and maybe even love for yourself or love for religion or some spirituality elements for you, okay? Oh, I still have the wrong one, but that is for all of my Capricorns. Sorry, I had Sagittarius on there. Now, for all of my Aquarius, we have the King of Pentacles for you. And the King of Pentacles is all about money and finances, very Capricorn energy, and you feel strong with authority and structure and responsibility. And Aquarius, this is happening in your 12th house. This is all about internal energy and working for the internal or behind closed doors secretly when it comes to the finances or everything that I mentioned about Capricorn being rigid, having structure, having boundaries, maybe even spiritual boundaries as well, okay? And for all of my Pisces, we have the Empress, okay? It's a lot of energy of self-care, especially when it comes to any type of friendship, any type of community, maybe even with a group of females, and dealing with your future goals. But there is an energy of self-care. It's all about Venus energy and receiving instead of just going out there and just accepting everything that everyone just gives you. A lot of self-love happening too, okay? Yes, so that is what we have for everyone. I'm using my new technology. I hope it worked out. I do want to just do a reading for everyone who stayed. If you are still listening, let me do a quick reading. We need you to stay strong. Do not give up, okay? There's haters. You were on the stage. Now you're defending yourself because there's haters. I want you to understand that you are going to start a new journey far as like how you communicate, new words. Mercury is going to retrograde, and Mercury is in charge of words, but there's a new you when it comes to clarity, when it comes to words, when it comes to the truth, when it comes to research, when it comes to knowledge. Also, the Queen of Wands, there's a lot of fire. There's compassion with your fire, though. You're here to motivate others. You are going to feel like you are the queen. Like everyone's coming to you for advice when it comes to creativity, when it comes to passion, when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to courage, when it comes to being brave. This is going to be, this full moon is going to be a time for you to rest. No gossiping, okay? Rest your mind. Start something new, set the boundaries. That's the emperor. And then lastly, work on all the details, okay? Take a time out, work on our details, work on releasing all the details too, all right? That is what I have. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.